My name is Robin. I took Promised Land Living back in 2016, and I took it at a time when I was the executive director of a nonprofit organization. The journey was beautiful, but what I didn't realize is that journey would continue, and God would continue to work in me so I could become more like Him. I had two specific situations with employees that I had terminated during my time as executive director. I treated both of these women terribly, and every time I saw them in our small community, I had regret, and I really wished I could go back and make some changes. But then God brought about some healing with each one of them. One of the women, she was in an exploding marriage, and she had 4 children. I did not treat her well, as I said, and I went to a local women's event, and something in my spirit knew that she was going to be there. I had never been to this particular event before, and I show up, and sure enough, there she is. During worship, God whispered to me to do something that I wasn't quite prepared to do, but I did it because I knew I needed to obey. I went over to this woman, and I stood in front of her. I apologized for my behavior and how I had treated her. And then sat down before her, and I put my head in her lap, and she stroked my hair, and we cried. That posture of humility was not easy for me to do, but God helped me to do it. So there was some closure and some healing there. The second woman was a little bit harder. It had been 16 years ago, 16 years of living with this regret for me. Well, then finally, not long ago, I saw her 2 times in one day, and I felt the freedom from God to go ahead. So I sent her a message, and I said, "Hey, can we get together for coffee?" And she quickly responded, "Can I ask what about?" And so I was honest and open with her, and I said, I teach leaders all across this nation now how to be servant leaders and how to treat their employees. And everything I teach them goes completely against how I treated you. And I would love the opportunity to sit with you, to hear from you what you wish I would have said, what you wish I would have done to help you during that time. My friends, we met. It was healing. It was beautiful. And I saw God do some deep work in both of us. If you're considering Promised Land Living, it's a beautiful journey. It's one where God will help mold you more into His likeness to be more like Him. Don't hesitate. It is a beautiful journey.